Oh, hi everyone, welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and today, well, I'm going to be discussing some parts I picked up. For example, like this clutch fork for my 81 Mustang, and a transmission that I picked up for this. So, if you don't know, I am in the middle of a T5 swap in my 81 Mustang. Now, I just really need to get the money together so I could actually get up there and finish it, because I really miss having my car here. Currently, she is up in Edmonton with the transmission out, steering column out, driver's seat out. So, you know, and because of that, I am borrowing this Capri because, well, the convertible is a crappy winter car, and it's because of the top and how it leaks and stuff like that. It's not great for that. So I'm borrowing this Capri off of my buddy Keith. So yeah, but anyway, so this is now I had one of these and I misplaced it, so found another one off a guy down in California, I think it was. And so this, actually, if you look at it, is for a Z-bar setup. If you can just tell compared to your regular clutch cable style. Now, I am actually going to be keeping it as a clutch cable, and we'll have to do a little bit of modification, but basically with kind of pulling our heads together, kind of figured out that perhaps if instead of, because if you know how a clutch cable works, you'll have the outside of the cable and the inside of the cable. The outside of the cable is mounted somewhere under the hood, and it's just bolted in. But for the Z-bar setup, because there's usually more moving parts, whatever, we potentially figured something out, and that is that we can actually have the entire cable move to engage the clutch that way, and it shouldn't be a big deal. So fingers crossed that actually works. It just means that the clutch cable probably won't last as long, but like really, clutch cables last a very long time, and I mean, I might get like 5 less years out of the clutch cable, so shouldn't be too bad. You know, other than that, that's all I was waiting for to actually do this, because we have everything else. So because we got the clutch kit and everything, and like I said, the car is disassembled and just waiting for that T5 to go in. There was also an adapter plate which has been bolted to the bell housing, and then now that bell housing just has to be attached to the transmission, and then it can go in the car. You know, so I am very, very excited about that, actually. And well, that was yesterday or the day before. Today is Friday. It was Wednesday, yeah. So on Wednesday, I went out and bought, well, I'll show you, is the transmission in the back here. Now this is an AOD tranny, which has been sitting in a car for like 20 years, so, you know, and hasn't like been run in 20 years sort of thing, but it's no cracked on the case or anything, and everything's in good shape. You know, you can see that, you know, you can see the cable move and stuff like that, so that's good there. And you know, and it came with everything, like the shifter, there's a speedo cable there, and just everything here, right? So, you know, and I only picked it up for 150 bucks, so totally worth it. And it's a guy who's actually a fan of my YouTube channel, so yeah, his name is Ryan, and I can't wait to put that into here, because this car was originally a 3.8 V6 car, and as such, it has a C5 automatic, not an AOD. AOD was an option, but the C5 was the base transmission. So basically, what a C5 is, it's a, sorry, let me just put this back up again. So, a C5 is near identical to a C4 transmission, so it's a 3-speed, but it has a lockup converter, which it helps with fuel economy. You know, it kind of acts like a an overdrive, but it's definitely not an overdrive. So, you know, because like looking at this car, I thought it had an AOD in it when I first got it, but then I noticed like the RPMs on the highway are at like 2,800 RPM. Like with an AOD, it should be closer to like 1,500 RPM, right? So that's basically, you know, why I picked that up. I had thought about swapping this car to a T5 as well. It's like, no, I want this thing as kind of a nice sort of cruiser that way that won't be too bad. And, you know, it should theoretically be faster too with this transmission. So we'll see. Not a ton faster. Like, you know, it's not going to pick up like 2 seconds in the quarter or anything like that. But it'll make a difference. And then I can look into other stuff because I won't have to worry about fuel economy as much because this thing will get really good fuel economy with that overdrive in it. And because the one thing is, like with my 81 Mustang, is that Mustang is, so it's a 200 inline 6 car with getting the T5 swap. It's got 355 gears and 8.8 in it. That 8.8 was going to go into this Mustang here, but the 7.5 I picked up was actually too wide to put the 373s into, and it also wasn't limited slip either, so I said screw it, and I did that. And like now, if I wanted to, with the 7.5 in this, I could throw 373s in it and put a limited slip into this, but I don't know if I want 373s in this car. Like, it's 273s right now, which, you know, work for me because, again, I'm not making this thing into a super hot rod, at least not yet. The other car is going to be the hot rod, because once the T5 swap is done, it's possible that it's actually a faster car than this. So this car, I've gone as fast as 17.2 in the quarter, and I just have an app and a road that I go down, and it's fairly accurate actually. So, you know, down to the nearest 100th I found, so it's actually pretty good. You know, and just yeah, just one of these apps on the Play Store that way. But yeah, so basically, and the other car right now with the big tires on it does like a 19, I think it's a 19 flat. So if I put the 14s on it right now, it's going to dip into the 18s with the C4 transmission. Now, the one thing is, and it's not just because of extra gears or anything like that, and gear ratios and all that different stuff. It's not just that is what's going to make it faster. It's also actually going to make more power to the rear wheels, because a torque converter actually nabs more horsepower as opposed to a clutch. It's just with the fluid transfer and everything, and also the weight of that as well. Like, it's actually going to lose a little bit of weight compared to that how it was. So anyways, yeah, so with any luck, when I have the T5 in it, I'm hoping that it outruns this car, and it might. It'll be close for sure. If not by then when we build out the header, which me and my neighbor are gonna build out, because he's got some spare metal that he was going to make headers out of himself, and so we'll just make a long tube header for that car, which will be very exciting. That'll come to the channel eventually as well. But yeah, anyway, so this is just a quick little update. Sorry, it's cold out here, so I'm not gonna really stay out here too much longer. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy. Stay tuned for a lot more content coming up, especially with the T5 swap and everything. I'm planning on doing more junkyard tours and stuff like that in the future, so stay tuned for that. And reviews as well. Like, I might get a review actually on this Capri, even though it's just like my Fox bodies. Honestly, there's almost no difference, other than there are, like, it's a little more uprated inside and stuff like that. I've talked about the Capri on the channel before, with a different Capri, and yeah, now I'm driving this one for a little bit. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that different stuff. You know the spiel. Hope you're staying safe during COVID-19. Good luck with whatever we're working on, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!